Hey guys, it's Salvaje and here's my Fortnite Save the World in-depth weapon review for the Spectral blade. As you guys know, I like to review weapons not only on their individual performance, but also their performance in a team-based environment, an environment where there are gadgets and abilities in play. And of course, most importantly, the utility that the weapon can bring out into the battlefield. And I have to say, the Spectral blade is a really good sword and you absolutely need to get your hands on it. I just want to get straight to the point when it comes down to this review because of course, I also want to bring you guys my review of the Jabberwocky launcher, and that should be out of course later tonight. Anyways, my supporter creator code is Salvaje if you want to rock that, and a like on the video would be very much appreciated considering the fact that I am super sleepy. I should be sleeping by now, but I wanted to put out this review for you guys. Anyways, let's get right into the review. Let's go a little bit more in depth into it. So for the most part, throughout my time using the Spectral blade, every single husk that was standing right in front of my face was getting basically destroyed within a couple of slices. Okay, for the most part, when I use decent swinging swords, like for example the Stormblade, Vindertech Slicer, Vacuum Tube Sword, there's always that one thing that those swords is missing. Oh, the Flaming Masamune is actually another pretty good example. Sometimes you feel as if you're not doing a ton of damage, and when it comes down to the Flaming Masamune, for example, with triple attack speed on legendary, sometimes it feels as if you're just tickling the husk, and for the most part you feel like the explosion perk is the one that's sort of like putting in the work when it comes down to higher priority targets like Husky Husk, for example, and Smashers. Well, I can easily and confidently say that is not the case for the Spectral blade. I tested out two Spectral blades. I tested a Shadow Shard one with critical rating all the way up to legendary and no attack speed, and I also tested a full legendary perked Spectral blade with attack speed, critical rating, critical damage, and damage. And I have to say that the one with the attack speed was able to perform very, very well, basically melting anything that would get in its way within a couple of seconds, as you guys are going to be seeing in the video. The one that had full legendary perks was the one on my secondary slot, by the way. But I just want to point out, the Spectral blade that didn't have the attack speed honestly didn't really fully need it, and was also putting in the work. As you guys saw on my review on the Guardian's Will, which was very positively received, just because a weapon has really slow swing speed doesn't mean that it's bad. I mean, my Guardian's Will basically one-shots basic husk with just one swing, okay? And the Spectral blade basically also destroys basic husk with just a couple of swings. If you put attack speed, however, yeah, they're gonna get deleted, okay? Just to put it bluntly. Anyways, simply put, this sword is one of the best swords that we have right now in Fortnite Save the World, and again, you absolutely need to go and get your hands on it. When it comes down to recommended perks, if you want to fully maximize this sword, critical rating, damage, critical damage, and attack speed, that is just going to basically delete everything that is right in front of you. And from my testing, that was the build that I had the most fun with and that I had the most results with. I mean, a Shadow Shard 106 Spectral blade was being underperformed by an Obsidian 106 Spectral blade. Of course, the Obsidian 106 Spectral blade did have full legendary perks, but the point is, in my opinion, that's the best perk setting that you can go for when it comes down to this sword. Or you can of course go for the double critical damage build on the Spectral blade as well. Anyways, last but certainly not least, let's talk about the special ability that the sword has. And basically, when you tap the secondary fire button, you're going to get teleported to husk nearby. And you can actually spam this ability as well. So what sometimes this would lead to is that I was fighting a basic husk and I saw a lot of husklings or a couple of weak husks around me. I would use the secondary attack and I would teleport towards them, I would slash towards them, and I would either weaken them completely or they were completely gone. Sometimes I would also spam the attack like twice and I was able to, bring out some pretty decent damage to the targets that I was hitting, and therefore after a couple of swings the targets were basically just deleted. Last but not least, star rating. It's a 5 out of 5 stars. It's a sword that is able to dish out consistent amounts of damage, deletes everything in its path at a consistent manner, and most importantly, the secondary attack makes this sword extremely amazing. And sometimes you can even use the secondary attack to either engage into combat very quickly and erase the husk that you're trying to eliminate, or you can also use the secondary attack to disengage from combat and put yourself at a better strategic position so that then you can use your secondary ability to engage yourself in combat again and finish off that target in a more strategic way. Amazing. I love this sword. Stay tuned for my Jabberwocky review, and please guys, like up this video. I would really appreciate that.